Politics, political systems. Those who do not know 3,000 years of history of various civilizations, cultures, political ideas, historical ideas, religious ideas, are forever the prisoners of the present. Looking from metapolitics perspective, metaphysical perspective, post-political perspective, pre-political perspective, do you think that currents, divinities, various agents walking those agendas give a fuck about your socialism, your democracy, your totalitarian systems, your Nazi systems, your fascist systems, your royalty systems? No. Because this is merely a guise that the power wears, and it is more or less effective in administering subjects of power. Now, the question is, where is power? Power amongst humans is where the resources, social networks, and effective influence, lobbying points, intersect. And this power is gathered in, let's say, 200 to 300 personnel on Earth, the most powerful people on Earth, those who have intersecting interests in various corporations, food corporations, media corporations, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter. Okay, these are the dogs of power on Earth. What about metaphysics? Well, those in the metaphysical sector either as agents on Earth or disembodied posthumously that may influence not only the mortal cattle realm and the political guys and veilings, but also the, let's say, to shorten hellish and heavenly dimensional strata, are the power figures that dispatch the current and work within certain agendas. Now, why is it that people are quarreling left and right and this, that, but. Now, personally, I don't give a fuck whether you are under a totalitarian Chinese rule with social engineering, AI, telemetry of your biological systems, and scan your brains inside out, as long as, let's say, the metaphysical window is open for, well, few. Now, in the ancient past, there was the initiatory systems, mystagogical systems, psychopompic, the didactic systems of how to become something more than immortal. These systems were elitist but participatory. The societies were themselves more elitist, idealizing a bit. Now, if this is cut down and we have the onset of mediocrity, religious mediocrity, political mediocrity, all forms of shit mediocrities, unified by AI mediocrity, unifying under the agenda of social credit and totalitarian unification of social engineering under the guise of choice democracy, capitalist, uh, choose this, choose that, then it is anti-elitist and egalitarian in the sense that superiority is destroyed and everyone is fucked in the same manner. Now, I posited many of my ideas during some years of recording of those lectures, writing books, and so on and so on. And my final issue here is that look towards the idea as a force, power as a force, love as a force, hate as a force, union as a force, decay as a force, destruction as a force, annihilation as a force, reform as a force. And as soon as you isolate those ideas as forces in the a priori Platonic sense, then think what kind of masks do they wear through human formulations, political, societal, ideological, technological, techniarche, and so on. And if you understand that, you're not an imbecile power player, and you're not an imbecile magician, and on top of that, you're not an imbecile citizen. If you understand those mechanics, it doesn't necessarily mean you participate in them. It means that once you grasp them, you may be guaranteed a certain posthumous superposition in certain spheres, let's say, of government and power, but that's not assured. What is assured, however, that you'll be more educated and learned in observing certain formations of those powers on Earth. And they're not universalist, nor are they ultra relativist. And even this mumbo jumbo of culture, ultra relativism on the left side, is a form of a power guise. Now, when you identify those powers as ideas and get all the political systems, religious systems, and so on, ask yourself what is the starting point, the deed, the will as a carrier, and the end vision. Every current, every idea as power in the guise of various systems have a certain teleology, an aim, an ending point. And once you see those multiple threads, those multiple currents of masks, of masks, of masks of variety, and you see where they end, and you see how they adapt and all that, then you are a very educated citizen. And must I say, that is of use because in the occult business, ignorance are not elevated, and ignorance aren't, let's say, invited to the word of the God. Intellection is most prized. Knowledge is not everything. Gnostics say, Gnostic knowledge, blah, 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 blah. Knowledge is merely a key to understanding. Understanding is the key to grasping. Grasping is a key to practice. And practice is something you embody, live, execute, invoke, evoke, call, receive through multiple years. And if this practice is successful, then Victoria. If not, perish in the void. But knowledge, we can amass books. There are people that are addicted to knowledge. That's nonsense. Knowledge is very necessary. And the capital of humanity is knowledge, skill, humanitas, virtutes, resources, and how they're managed. I hope that pinpointed everything I wanted to say right now. Huh. Thank you.